Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna give you 10 fragrances that I would suggest to my friends based on their personality. And maybe some of you guys have these same personalities. These are the fragrances that I would suggest to you. Today's fragrances I'm gonna suggest based on my friend's personality. Now the first fragrance that I would suggest is for my friend named David. He's kind of old-fashioned, he's stubborn, don't really like anything new, he don't like oud notes, no woody notes. The fragrance I'm gonna suggest to him today is a fragrance that I think would fit his personality because he likes something fresh, he likes something clean, like something more aquatic. He's not really into like the newer fragrances. So the first fragrance I'm suggesting for his personality is Issey Miyake. Now in the opening, you're gonna get that yuzu that adds like a punchy bitterness to it, almost sweet. You're gonna get some orange notes. Later on, you begin to get that lily of the valley that adds a floral tone to it. The base, you're left with vetiver and amber, making this fresh, woody, aquatic, and citrusy. One I think fits his personality well, and that's Issey Miyake. The next one up is for my homeboy Swain. He's kind of laid back, don't really like a lot of attention, so the fragrance that I would suggest to him is coming from the house of Lalique, and that's Lalique White. Now in the open, you're gonna get this leafy note that makes it almost green. You're gonna get some bergamot, add some citruses to it. Violet coming in hard about 5 minutes in, then you're left with musk, cedar, and amber, making this fragrance fresh, spicy, citrusy, and it's very green. And that's coming from the house of Lalique, that's Lalique White. Now my next homeboy, he's kind of conservative, kind of quiet, and the fragrance that I'm suggesting is for my homeboy Todd. And that fragrance from the house of Davidoff, and that's Zeno. Now this is a real, true, old style gentleman classic fragrance. At the opening, you get rosewood, making it rich and spicy. You're gonna get some lavender, adds that manly note to it. In the heart, you get sage, giving it a balsamic sweetness, along with some rose that makes it sort of floral. The base, you left with patchouli, makes it earthy. Sandalwood makes it a little creamy. Amber and vanilla that adds a little bit more sweetness. One that I would suggest for somebody who's conservative, kind of quiet, and that's Zeno from the house of Davidoff. The next one is for my homeboy Greg. He's kind of conservative, outspoken, but at the same time, he's laid back. And the fragrance I would suggest to him is Patrick. Now this is your classic Fajir. It's very spicy, very green. At the top, you get some green notes, followed in the heart by some carnations. It makes it a little floral, kind of give it sort of like a clove note. The base, you're left with moss, vetiver, patchouli, and musk. Very gentleman-like fragrance that I would suggest to my homeboy Greg, and that's Patrick. If you like a nice green Fajir that's spicy with some earthiness to it, one you need to check out, and that's Patrick. Coming up next is a fragrance from my homeboy Antoine, and thank God them Cowboys lost today. I'm making this video as they getting blew out in the background. But he's more outspoken. He's the comedian of the group. He's more into style. He's the dresser. So the fragrance I would suggest to him is coming from the house of Nasamato, and that's Black Afghano. Now the one reason I suggested to him this fragrance because we went on a trip. I wore this fragrance. I ended up using one of his jackets, and he told me how it smelled and how great it was. So this is a fragrance I think will fit him well because of his personality. So at the top of this, you're gonna get a lot of that cannabis, followed in the heart with some resins, a lot of woods. You're also gonna get some tobacco and coffee, with the base coming up with some agarwood, which is oud, making this fragrance spicy, woody, smoky, and very resonant. One I think will fit his personality very well, and that's Nasamato Black Afghano. Coming up next is for my homeboy Big Dave, and he's the biggest of the group. He's standing about 7 foot, big fella, and he's more conservative, laid back, kind of quiet. And the fragrance I would suggest to him is coming from the house of Toomey, and that's Awaken. Now this is like a lot of fresh fragrances. At the top, you're getting coriander. You get some grapefruits. The coriander brings like a herbaceous, green, spicy note to it. You get that grapefruit that making it very citrusy. Then in the heart, you get some cypress that making it very aromatic. You get some fir notes that making it very green, kind of earthy. Cedarwood and patchouli brings up the base, making this fresh, citrusy, aquatic, and witty. One I think fits his personality well, and that's Awaken. Now coming up next is from my homeboy Tim. He has a personality of all the above, and he likes positive comments. So the fragrance I would suggest to him is coming from the house of Swiss Arabian, and that is Amber 01. At the top, black pepper, bring you spice. You get some orange citrus notes. The heart is coming up with cashmere, that makes it woody, almost like it's sort of like a oud note. The base is followed up with amber, vanilla, and patchouli, making this fruity, woody, very spicy, and it's earthy. One I think fits his personality well, and that's Amber 01. Coming up next is from a friend, Bebe. He's another jokester of the group. He's very outspoken. He like partying and clubbing. He like going out. He like positive attention. So the fragrance I'm gonna suggest to him is coming from the House of Mancera, and that's Oud Lemon Mint. At the top, you get some citruses of lemon. You get an almond note that makes this opening very lovely. Guys, if you haven't got your hands on this fragrance, you need to check it out. It's followed up with some coriander that's making it spicy. Then the base, you're getting mint, jasmine, and patchouli, making it citrusy, woody, spicy, and fruity. One I think you will enjoy from the House of Mancera, and that's Oud Lemon Mint. Coming up next is from a friend, Brian. He's a no-nonsense, take charge type of guy, and one of his favorite fragrances is Sauvage Elixir. But homeboy, you got to get rid of that one cologne fragrance, and I'm gonna suggest you this fragrance that I think you would like even more, and that's coming from the House of Unwatched, and that's Journeyman. Now, Szechuan pepper dominates the fragrance, making it very spicy. You're gonna get some orange notes along with some cardamom that's making it very sexy, very attractive. The heart, you're getting juniper berries, giving it like a piney, citrusy feel. You're getting resins, you're getting frankincense and tobacco. Then in the base, you get tobacco and leather, making this very spicy, very smoky, resinous, and spicy. One I think fits his personality well, and that's Journeyman from the House of Unwatched. Last but not least is from my homeboy Quincy. He's the youngest of the group. He's one of the ones that likes what's trending today. So I'm gonna pick something really fresh, really clean for him, but at the same time with a little romantic feel to it. And it's coming from the House of Afnan, Highness 6. Now this is an aquatic, but nutmeg and spices start this fragrance off. The heart, you're getting the manly lavender, you're getting some patchouli, making it earthy, making it smoky, and the base is followed up with amber and musk, making this fresh, spicy, smoky, and resinous. One I think fit his personality well, and it's Highness 6. All right, guys, maybe your personality fits some of these fragrances that I suggested. And if you like this content, go ahead and like it for me, subscribe to the channel, come back and see me, and I will see you soon. Take care. Peace.